Well, it's February 14th, Valentine's Day 2011, and we just finished our Valentine's dinner, and I decided to go down to the basement to put some things away, and this is what I found. Apparently our sump pump had failed. We later found out that there was two wires that connect into the electronic switch outside of the sump pump that must have dislodged or pulled out. So the pump never went on, nor the alarm. Our battery backup pump that sits on top of our regular sump pump was pumping, but it's such a small pump that it probably just couldn't handle the overwhelming volume of water, so it wasn't very effective. When we got downstairs, you can see that the water must have been accumulating for 2 days. All the snow outside didn't make things better. As it warmed up, the snow melted, and the water became just too much for the battery backup pump to handle. So now we've got a major problem. Everything was backed up, including the pipe that surrounds the entire room. We have perforated pipe throughout the finished basement. Here you can see in the carpeting I'm stepping in to show the depth of the water. So everything is pretty much underwater right now. I store all my negatives and photographs, both professional and also my private collections here. And a lot of my negatives are in archival storage boxes, which you can see are totally wet and flooded in this picture. So we have to now remove everything in here and see if we can't clean up the negatives and dry them properly. Otherwise they'll get moldy and mildew. So this is a big job. I bought a large vacuum, wet dry vacuum, not the one pictured here, but a larger one, and we started to pick up as much water as we could from the carpeting. We spent a couple of hours doing that, and then we brought in two powerful dehumidifiers that we purchased, plus one that I already had, and also placed 3 or 4 fans in the room and began to remove as much water as we could, both through the vacuuming process and the dehumidifiers. I cleaned out the sump, cleaned all the junk around the pump as well, and got everything pumping again, so we were able to eliminate the water that way. In the next picture here, you can see the most of the water we picked up with the vacuum. We placed towels on the floor to try to pick up as much there. And here's just a sampling of some of the negatives, rolls of negatives and slides and film that we had to go through and clean and try to properly dry. Here you can see that the water is being removed, at which point I brought in a hose from outside the house, and all this black soot and muck was able to hose down, sweep down, and clean up. I sprayed the walls with a mixture of chlorine and water just to prevent any mold from growing here as well. My problem is now we have to wonder what kind of damage was done to the flooring itself.